Hello and welcome to the Dutching channel. It's Wednesday the 3rd of April 2024. It's just approaching 10 to 9 in the evening and it's the results show, and we're going to look back at today's racing. With Nottingham and Sedgefield abandoned today, we just had two left, and even that was dodgy at one point, but Catterick did go ahead and Kempton was the all-weather meeting tonight. So first of all, we're going to look back on our spreadsheet. And at last, as you can see, I've stopped the rock down in the right-hand corner there. I'll just lift that up a bit for some of people with different computers. And we did show a profit today of £141.16. I mean, that didn't all go as planned. I did have four winners from 5 at Catterick, but Kempton started badly there and I only had 4 bets anyway, so I lost the first 2 and nearly got the last 2 back and drew level. So at Catterick we made £150 profit, and at Kempton we made a loss of £8.84, but I'm not going to worry about that. Let's try and get back in the winning groove more than anything. So at least today felt a little bit better. Didn't feel like today I'd let everybody down. And if we go down to the bottom, you'll see that to my £50 stakes, I'm now £427.93 down this month. But we're only 3 days in, but the first day killed us off really. And also down the bottom of this spreadsheet, as I say, I'll just move this up for some people. And you can see if this was just done to £1 stake, we was 11.38 at the beginning of the day. So now, 3 days gone and you're only £8.56 down. It doesn't sound so bad when it's for pounds. So I'm pretty hopeful now we can move on for that, but you have to be anyway. And I did put a couple of videos up this afternoon. I don't know if anybody had time to have a watch of that. And this is the one that I put up with the tutorial. That's the one that you really need to look at most, because you always need to stake less if you're losing and more if you're winning. That's just how it is. But if you give that a watch, and also I'll tell you about the nap of the day as we go into the selections that we back today. So I'll get rid of that for now. Now we'll go on to, obviously the first meeting was Catterick, and in the first race we had the top selection there as King of the Jungle. That duly won by, I don't know if it was a nose or a short head, come very late on the outside, but 4.12, that was good enough to get us started. I had the second as well, but that low stake one that I'm used to getting. And then into the second race, I was one out here, stashed the cash, just under would have been my full selection, and my second selection my first selection did come second, so that ran pretty well, so I ended up with a second there. And then it just got better and better really, because my top selection won again, clear white light. This time that was 306, and we had the second and the third, and they were big prices. The second was 25, the third was 29. So you could have ended up with a good forecast and tricast there. Then I had a few no bets at Catterick as well. And then our second selection came through and won the 355. This was Beauty Choice, left it late but came through and won duly. So I didn't get the second, third or fourth there, so I was relying on that one, to be honest. And then we had another no bet in the 427. Then in the 5 o'clock, I was lucky that really I had 5 selections here, and my fourth one come through, Trilby. Nice winner in the end, came late again, but the weather was so awful at Catterick today. I mean, that they were saying it was slow by 13 seconds a furlong. I mean, I know heavy is around 9 seconds over. But 13, I don't even know what you call that. So I ended up there with 4 winners from 5 races. So that really started me off for the day, because I was already now up £150 there. And then I thought, let's hope that we can get at least 3 winners at Kempton. Well, it didn't start well at Kempton, I've got to be honest. It's not starting well anywhere at the moment. I'll have to go on and bring that out. Right, here we go. It was already there. Right, so Kempton was limited to 4 races tonight because there was 3 maidens and a novice. Mostly I could have done pretty well in all of them, but you can't gamble against unraced horses. As I said, there's enough races to bet in throughout the whole day. You don't even need to worry about that. And then we moved on to 7 o'clock. This was our nap of the day, Hickory. You can see here, if you look at the price there of 1.54, I've made that 8 to 15 favourite. And I've got to be honest, when I was watching the race, she sort of got it on the rails and stuck in there, Safi Osborne. Then she thought, hold on a minute, I've got to get it out here. And then brings it into the middle. Got a tune out of it. And I thought, there's just not long enough to go to get to the front. But it did run well, and she couldn't do any more than she did. Maybe just not sat on the rails to begin with. But never caught 0 carbon. And it was second, and it was a good second as well. So, when you're doing these naps, it's not something I do, it's something I'm just giving to you if you wanted to do those kind of bets. And the first 2 have won at the start of this month. So that's the third one. It's run well. So it's gone off at 4.8. Whether you do these horses for place only, or you do them each way, or just to win. I would only do it to win anyway, so that would just put a line through that and I'd have lost my money. But I don't do those kind of bets. Then we went into the next race, which was the 7:30. So already now I've lost the first one here, and now I've lost this one as well, because I've got the selection to finish bottom actually win it. So now I thought to myself, well, that's a great start. I was 3 up from Catterick. Now I'm 2 down here. If I lose again, I'm going to be level. And in this next race, I think it was Hear It for the Boys was meant to be running in this. That was my top selection. Took it out, left Dark Dreamer. I never really fancied that horse tonight. And I had it as top rated, but it was so short. Yeah, it's gone off at 2.16. I didn't think it warranted being that price, but it won just, I would say. It looked comfortable, but it won. So I thought, well, that's brought me back another one. And I thought I need this last winner just to make it, like I'm back in it somewhere. And the last winner there, Cock and Bull, went off a short price. I wasn't really sure why it even went off favourite, but Cracker Star. This was the one they all had gone for, and I thought, oh Christ, I've given that to come forth. If this loses, then I'll be all the way back to maybe £50 up for the whole day. And my top selection happened to be one of the outsiders, which helped when you're putting money on the second selection. So Cock and Ball come through and won that as it liked, really, at the end. And yeah, so those 2 meetings today got me to £141 and some pennies up. So I was really happy with the turnaround in fortune. It's what we needed. But, it was the same thing that happened going back to the 24th of March when we lost on the Sunday. Then we had a run of 5 wins. Then we had a run of 4 losses. Now we've got a win. Are we going to turn this into a string of wins, or are we going to be down again tomorrow? So I'm happy again today. So we need to push on, see what we can get tomorrow. There are going to be, I'm only going to cover 4 meetings tomorrow, the English ones, because when you're sitting here trying to do the form for 6 meetings, it can take up to 9 hours to do the form, and it's a really, really long time, especially when you've got to be ready at 1:30 or whatever the time is for the first race. And I'm already getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I don't really want to be sitting here doing everything. So if I have to leave something out, I'm sorry if you do follow the Irish racing. But the only reason I leave that out is because sometimes they have 20 horse races or at least 14 horse races with 3 reserves, and you think, oh my god, that 17 horse race now is going to take me maybe half an hour to do the form on that one race. So it's just easier to leave some out at the moment, and unfortunately that's what I have to do. And especially when you come towards the end of the week, you tend to get more and more meetings. So when we go into tomorrow, you can see what I mean there. Well, Lingfield, Southall, Naas, Warwick, Clonmel and Wolverhampton. So I did the first 2 weather ones this morning when I got up, because you know they're going to go ahead, and then you sort of slowly do Southall and Warwick because they can just get abandoned on the grass. So anyway, that's it. I'll be doing that video after this one. So if you want to watch the selections for tomorrow, I have got a nap there tomorrow. I don't think it's going to make anybody rich. I think it will trade at odds on. But I will do them after this anyway. So thanks for watching the results show. At least we got some happiness tonight for a while. We'll see if we can get this deficit gone. We're still 400 and something in debt, but let's see if we can get rid of that in the next few days. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow.